say I'm stuck in my ways, but these ways done kept me safe. So you say what you say. Shit, I done fell on my face. Got back to making my plays and calling everybody that owe me like I need my pay. So I can tell you about being betrayed. Man, I'm so fucked up you can really care about me. I still push you away. I ain't making no excuses, but they done turned me to a monster. You hurt me, but want me to treat you like I used to. Shit, that's your problem. I'm stubborn, yeah, I know it. Closest people screwed me over. Don't drink mud, but smoke bud. Feel my best when I'm floating. See, I've been to hell and back, look that devil in his eyes. I made a change, plan of action, you can't have my life. So if I can't count my blessings, then I ain't got nothing. Ain't no future in front. Towards love, wealth, prosperity, health, I'm running. See, I can give you the recipe, but the sauce won't taste the same. See, you playing me, I'm a whole different grade. See, you can't complain about that negative energy you choose to entertain. I'll kick you in your behind for my peace. I put this shit on everything. See, God makes no mistakes. I done came a long way. Where you think I got my name from? I'm making it shake. See, I hold my position, my spot solidified. I'm frontline every time for my respect. I'll die. So to be in my presence, it has to feel better than my peace. This ain't no fairy tale, I'm vulnerable, I'm giving you me. Dreams came true at 25, ask me why. I beat that cough. Where I'm from, that don't happen too often. See, mama told me watch out for them ungrateful niggas, they hateful niggas. Can't fend for themselves, make excuses and take from niggas. Stand on your own too, son, stay 10 toes down. 100 don't mean nothing, you can't hold yourself down. Watch what you doing, cause boy, that fire burn. Trial and error, circumstances no better, I had to learn. My real and your real ain't the same, that ain't hard to tell. Got no time to judge, I'm trying to improve myself.
You gotta act like you got this tick, right? Like the army did this experiment on you, right? That just went terribly wrong. You be like, back up! Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Yes, sir, gunshots. What's good? We definitely want to welcome y'all to episode 6 of Mind Your Business Reloaded.
Wow, I can't believe we're already on 6.
Yeah, it's been going by pretty quick, right?
Man, that's almost a whole series. Yeah, definitely. Welcome to Level Up, Mind Your Business Reloaded, episode 6, The Secret to Making Sales.
The secret to making sales. Of course, as y'all see, the triple threat is just 2 right now. We hoping cuz he's supposed to be calling in. We'll see.
Definitely. He should be dropping in. If not, you definitely can catch him next week. You definitely can go back and definitely find all of his gems and all of our previous episodes. You know what I mean? Definitely. The show won't be the same.
Shout to cuz.
You know what I mean?
But
so
he say he depending on CJ, and if he cool, but CJ ain't gonna be cool.
He may be just like Max. They just like to check the camera out for a minute and then
look, cuz it's not gonna be cool. So we go catch up with cuz on the next go. No, but seriously though, I definitely do hope he can just peek in and holler at y'all, because I know as far as sales and I guess like hell lifting up the hood a little bit on what we do, cuz he's our salesman.
I was gonna say sales is his area. This is really his episode.
Like literally. So this was one of them ones that I know he can make it to this. Then this is what, because this is of course where he shines. So shout to cuz, and we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in.
You know, actually, maybe it's the universe having him not be here so he doesn't tell y'all all the secrets.
Right.
Because then get to go in and spill the sauce.
Get to preaching too much back, because y'all know how he is. Though. Like, man, you gonna go in, but so definitely. Shout to Knowledge for the platform, man. Before we even go any further.
Yeah, as always, definitely. Mind Your Business Reloaded. You can find us right here on Do the Knowledge Radio. You know what I mean? That's the place to be. That's the place to find all your knowledge at. So even past us, watch the next show, watch the show behind us.
And that's the thing, and the reason why we choose to come to Do the Knowledge Radio, because when you actually watch the channel just in the entirety, you gain knowledge on so many different areas. This is just where we come into. This is our area of interest, our area of expertise. This is what we live. This is what we do. This is what we study, right? So this is the area we focus on, but it's also so many other areas that make it a full platform. So definitely shout to knowledge. We appreciate any opportunity to pull up, and you know we pulling up. So, should we introduce my car? Like we've been teasing it for a couple weeks now. Like,
yeah, I think so. I think so. So normally this is the point where we would take you guys to Level Up Media, to the website where you can go get the best websites. You can go get the best social media platform intros, that you can go get your best logos, really where you can really get all the things that you need. And instead, this week we're gonna take you somewhere to a little bit different, because we've been working on a secret weapon. Some's been cooking up.
Fact.
Right.
And don't forget, anything we do is always going to be in connection with or brought to you by Level Up Media. So don't gloss over that. Go get that fly site. Go get that fire logo. Like, get that social media management. You need all that. Even if our show isn't directly focused on that, go holla, levelupmedia.net. But as bro said, that secret weapon, you know what I mean? That like that.
He's been cooking up in the back.
Yeah, in my estimation, a game changer, just because it changes the way that we connect.
Yeah, I definitely think once I first heard about it, I was like, wait, run that by me again. And now that I've actually seen it and seen what the brother's been working on, it really, I already told him immediately. I was like, oh, we got to bring this to the people. I was like, because this is one where we're gonna hit the ground running with this one. You're gonna see us out on the block with this one. This is one that when the people actually get a hold of it and see, because we're talking one-touch contact, we're talking one-touch sales, we're talking about really being able to anywhere and everywhere with your mobile device, be able to connect with your customers, and not only do that but sell them things. My brother has already broken it over here. So
no, and that's the beauty of it. So. Like, here, no further ado, right? It is. We love to introduce to y'all the My Card.
Gunshots, I believe.
Yeah, we need the gunshots. We need the bombs back. But we definitely it is our pleasure to introduce to y'all My Card. This is your digital business card.
Yeah, but I think it's more than that. Right,
facts.
Right, it's that digital real estate, right? Because it's the place where you can sell, you can present, you can connect, right?
Definitely, of course, like you said, connect, share that contact info, sell those products and services, share that content that you've been working on, all of that within seconds. Of course, all of the cards include that free QR code.
Okay.
Of course, like, as everybody's seeing through the whole pandemic we just came out of, right? Like, as we've seen, like, everything was shifted to a lot of just everything was contactless with using QR code. Well, we definitely take that to the next level here. So keep that, that's the one of our number one features of this new way to connect, is that we're keeping that contactless method. We're including that QR code for you. You can share it through link, through email, through text. Any smartphone is compatible with.
All right. So let's really explain to the people. So when we tell them My Card, what is this? So I'm out there, I'm vending at a show, or I'm out there and I bump into a potential customer, right? So how do I then take my Card and then present it to the people? How does this really connect me? So how is this my business card? Break it down for the people. So,
well, exactly like you already said it. Your business card. The My Card is simply your digital business card. So whereas in the past you would have been running, or I know it back in my day, or hell, like back in D-Day, we used to run the Office Max to get 100 business cards printed out and go hand to hand them. I remember you was the first brother when Vistaprint hit.
Yeah.
You was ordering from Vistaprint.
We had the big box.
Yeah. And you order a bunch of cards and they was charging $12.99 on the first shipment, right? And you wait 3 weeks and you get these average looking cards, whatever. You get these cards after waiting them weeks and then you go hand to hand them, right? But as you see, there really hasn't been much change or improvement within that method. So the My Card that is the digital version of the business card. So not only can you instantly, because in this day, of course, in this market, everybody you run into pretty much has a smartphone, right? Regardless of the type, the brand, the software on it.
Yep.
We definitely like the key thing was making this compatible, which it is compatible. So that means that whoever you bump into, you can instantly and seamlessly share your contact info with them.
Okay.
And all of our packages, the dope part is like even starting that from the pro package, you get that one-click add to contacts.
I mean, I think that really sums it up. So right then and there, I can scan this QR code. I can import your information directly into my phone. Doesn't matter the device, right? I mean, I hear it even does more. I can be pushed to pages where I can sell products right then and there, one touch.
Sell products, one touch.
Okay.
Like you so eloquently put it, my bro.
You know?
Take donations, take payments, all of that.
Does it take Apple Pay?
Apple Pay, Google Pay, all of that, right?
Yeah.
All of that right there.
Right
bro.
there.
Right there.
So
bro.
you really did it all.
Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, all of that right there, bro. All at one place.
Okay.
And then as well, and I know one thing that we use our My Cards for, because of course we were the ones in need, right? So we started it in the house. Well, one thing that we use ours for, along with accepting payments, right? But also just sharing content. So actually, if you pull up my card for T Minor or Jay Miller's My Card, right? Like you'll actually find episodes of this show.
Wow. So really it doesn't matter what my business is or what I'm doing, from selling products to providing content. This is really a product for me.
Facts. And the key thing is, and it's way at the bottom of the site, but I made sure to get it in there, is that of course we're using it, and the key thing is we want to use it to foster those relationships, right?
Okay.
But it's regardless. So it could be a potential customer or client. It could be at a bar, a potential drinking buddy, or it could be a potential romantic interest. There's no limit to reasons why you would need to connect with somebody, right? And so we're just making it seamless. We're just making
I do
it,
like my
we're just
romantic
updating
interest to
it.
know I got a job. So you know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe you want to flash him at my card. Let him know you know what I mean? You're a full-on entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there's space for you to put, of course, your title.
Listen, I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm the CEO of the Muffin Factory.
Even though some people might laugh at the picture you choose.
Listen.
Told me, what did he say? He told me I look like I was selling bead pies in my picture. Like, we not going to just gloss over that, bro. So be careful who you share your My Card with, because there's haters in the streets, all right?
My man looked very respectable. He looked like he had a newsletter and a bean pie. And the best business.
Scott Street. What is that? Scott and OSC in the third ward, South Houston. Like I look like I was stopping you, bro, with the paper.
Listen, my man had a whole bow tie collection. He had the box too, with the bow ties all in there. But I digress. But so really, it doesn't matter. I can really present myself and my business out there. One touch, QR code, anybody can scan it, any device. So really, if you're hearing this out there, if you are in Knowledge Land, when you come in contact with Knowledge Land, when you come here to this platform and you come to this episode, really, I think you have found the product that you need to go check out. I think you need to go review this.
Say the trees go digital.
Say the trees
go check
digital.
it out. Even the platinum price plan, it actually includes custom emails. So not only can you pick your domain, but it also includes up to 5 emails or professional emails at your domain. So
really, I don't even have to have a whole computer set up for my business. I don't need to have, so as long as I've got a smartphone and a business, this is a product that I can take and I can immediately start selling. You know what I mean? From lashes to nails to my comedy tickets to my show.
Facts. Reach out for volume discounts, of course. If you have more than 20 employees, we can definitely look into the volume discount. Of course, just reach out and we can figure that out. But exactly what you're saying, bro. And everything is live and ready to go now.
So go to Try My Card. If we haven't set the URL, it's going to tell it to the people. So trymycard.com. All right.
.net.
My man, you like those .nets. I'm my man.
Trymycard.net. Right. Because you want to try my card. You feel me? Trymycard.net.
Yeah, definitely. So if you once you check out this episode, once you come to find out about your sales at the end of this, go check it out. Go increase your sales. Go increase your contacts. Try My Card. You know what I mean? No
sell from the My Card. Network from the My Card. Build that brand from the My Card. Trymycard.net. Boom.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother Knowledge. Trymycard.net. So we definitely before we even go into the episode today, we definitely want to bring that to y'all attention. Of course, this is live stream, but if you need to take a break right quick, hit pause and then run the Trymycard.net. We understand. Get there.
Yeah. If you don't go right now, go at the end of the episode. If you go while you're on your way to work and you're stuck in traffic, definitely. When you're thinking about your business plan, you know what I mean, and at the middle of the night going, what am I going to do? How am I going to make this actual business happen? I got these products I need to sell. What am I going to do with them? I keep bumping into people. Whenever you have that thought and you haven't gone there yet, my man, today's the time. Try My Card.
And the thing is, above all, it's a conversation starter. So when you are in conversation with a potential client and you're like, hey, well, here, take my digital card. I'm like, what?
But how many sales have closed when they start with, hey, what's that? You know what I mean? Where'd you get that from? I've never seen that before. Simple question can close the sale.
Facts. So,
which I think really I want to bring it back around because we got to get into the episode.
Yeah, please.
Got to get into the episode.
And that's what we're here for,
right? And I think that really what I started off there with talking about how every conversation turns into a sale is that we really want to start this episode with it. Well, I really want to start this episode with the key piece, which is the ABCs. We want to always be closing, right? Yeah. And so that's really the My Card. That's the Level Up Media. That's your website. That's this episode. We want to always be closing, right? So that's what I want to.
And let me say this. Like, this is why I appreciate Cuz as a business partner, because he preaching, he take your ass to church. He makes sure you get it. You feel me? Like he remind me of Future. Like when they go, he's the future of Black economics. Like for real, bro. Because he make you feel it. You know what I'm saying? But Joe, the thing I like about you is like you get straight to the point. No nonsense. Like, look, we go straight in. Always be closing. Fuck it. It's like
this is what we do.
Always be but so I guess we're here, right? So we can double back later, but I actually like the fact that you brought straight here. The ABCs, right? As they always say, the ABCs of sales. Always be closing. What does that mean to you, bro? Or give them a general definition of closing, I guess.
All right, so what is closing? So closing is when you've taken somebody from being interested in your product or service to finding out that your product or service presents a need or solves a problem that they have, to that point in time where you've discussed price or let them know that your product or service, you know what I mean, will cost this much money, or that point, and they've, you know what I mean, they've said they're interested in that, and now we're closing. Now we're signing this contract. Now we're signing this PO. Now we're clicking buy on this Cash App. Now we're clicking buy on this, you know what I mean, on my card. Now at this point in time, we have gone all the way through from, hey, what is that, to actually transacting money and receiving payment for service, right? We want to close constantly. We want to always be closing.
Fact. And I definitely agree, like 1,000%, right? Like I feel like you summed it up perfectly. And the thing is that we got to realize, so when we're looking at, and I know that we'll go into it a little later when we start talking about as far as like the sales pipeline, right?
Okay.
But when you're looking at the sales process, like this is one key thing, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but I gotta mention it here, right? One key thing about the sales process that makes it that's a key factor, a differentiating factor between a repeat buyer and a one and done sale is, as far as the deal, where in this sales process does the actual sale exist, right? Because what happens is, for a lot of people, the sales process ends at sold.
Okay.
So when they would talk about closing, like you had just mentioned, closing, always be closing. By the time you're closing is when you're bringing the sale home, right? And now when it's home, that's the finish line of them and it's over with. When you're really caring about sales, that's really just really the beginning of the sales process, if you want to be honest, or at least we'll say we're rounding the end of the first quarter, right?
Yeah.
So that's just something. My bad. I just had to,
Nah, bro, that's a good point.
in.
Nah, yeah, because I definitely hit closing as far as when the money transaction happens, but you definitely are right there. Actually, that's not the close. That's really just the start. The close is really the continuation of the relationship.
Facts. Big facts. And that's going to make a difference. Of course, later we'll get to the importance of closing, right? And the importance of sales. So we don't want to gloss over that. But one of the key things, or one of the most important things about sales, bro, is, okay, sales beget sales. When you actually sell to somebody, that's how you build your customer retention.
Yep.
You have to be a customer first.
Well, then that's how they're going to go spread your word. That's how you're going to get that net promoter. That's how you're going to have that customer who's going to go out and evangelize about your product. That's how you're going to have that person who goes out and preaches like Cuz does about how good your service is.
Right. And let me say shout to Cuz, because if we misspeak, I'm sure he's somewhere, he's going to be scrutinizing this. Like, no, because I'm going to say. This shout to Cuz. This is our rendition, yeah, baby. But for real, bro. So one thing that I don't want to miss, though, as far as just before we even get any deeper in sales, is just the importance of sales, like I had alluded to, bro. Like, what are you, if we talk about why are sales important, you got any input or?
I mean, it's the breath. It is literally the breath of your business, right? You know, everything else, it could be the blood or the muscles of a different piece, but with no air, with no oxygen, with no go, your business can't do anything. So it is definitely the air within your lungs. It's what gives you the ability to do everything else in your business, right? And so the bigger your breath, you know what I mean? The bigger your sales, the bigger your muscles, the more you can do out here. So it's definitely, you know, so sales really is something that we really want to make sure that we can't, it's definitely one that people talk about, but it's definitely one we're going to get into a little bit, where you got to have a mindset for it.
Facts.
Right.
Facts. And the thing is, I'll say this, right? So when you talk about the importance of sales, everybody knows the obvious, right? You got to make sales to make money, which is true. Don't overstate that shit. You need money. You need money to stay in business. So let's not skip over that little piece, right?
So understate that.
Yeah, no, that's pretty damn important right there, bro. If that was the only reason, that's still a good enough reason. You need sales to make money. There's bills associated with whatever you're doing. So that's the number one reason, of course, to make sales, just to stay in business. And then you start looking at other things like business growth. Of course, you need sales to grow your business, to invest further in your business, right? And then you start looking at things like I mentioned earlier, customer retention.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those are all the big reasons I think for sure why sales are important.
Facts. And then another thing or another key factor for why sales are important, which we can't stress enough, is just for general knowledge. We don't do the knowledge radio. General goddamn excuse my language. General goddamn motherfucker. I cuss a lot, goddamn. My bad. But general goddamn motherfucking knowledge, bro.
It ain't a show if there ain't at least one motherfucker out there.
Or two. Yeah. But seriously though, so just actually making sales, so we can in our mind, we can go through every potential thing or have our sales processes in our mind to a T and have all of our stuff down the way we think and planned out to a T. But none of that really happens until you actually see how it goes. That's why you need sales to even perfect your business processes. First off, just, hey, well, it was hard for this customer to get checked out, or they didn't get the email in time, or this side of my company who's supposed to be making them couldn't make it in time. Like you perfect and tweak not just your, like literally every portion of your company from sale and how your customer interacts with you there, from to delivery to post sale, like just the not just the experience alone, bro, will impact everything you got going in my bag.
No, bro, no, you dead on right. I mean, even when you impact with that customer at the beginning, like when you are selling your business to them, they're asking you questions. You're getting the chance at that point in time to find out, does your business really even serve a need, or are there other needs out here that your business could be serving? So you could maybe find out that there's money on the floor that you're stepping over. There's money on the table you're missing with a slight tweak. You know what I mean? You didn't know until you started discussing with this customer and the sales opportunity that if you sold this hoodie in black,
we damn near need to do off the table. Fact. I was gonna say we didn't need to do another episode just on upsell.
Yeah.
But fact. But exactly what he's talking about. Just the research and development.
Yeah. And yet those interactions as you come into, as you were selling, as you were talking with your customers, be it on a small business deal where somebody's buying one koozie from you, you sitting there with that one customer doing her one lashes, you know what I mean, while you talking with her, what she, you know what I mean, that or you're closing a deal with somebody to buy 25 cars off your lot. It really doesn't matter. Every interaction is a chance for you to learn more about your business, more about what you're doing, and then, you know what I mean, like bro was saying, once you're serving it up, you learn even more then about how you can improve what you're doing out there. So sales really is a great chance to learn about a whole facet of your business and your market.
So then now you can use what you learn and apply it to make more sales and more money, right?
I believe they call that the sales pipeline.
Everything. But and then going back, because he had closed out when he was talking about closing the deal, and I didn't want to lead the ABCs of closing because we did touch on that, and that's it's like a lot of people when it comes to sales, they're a little timid. Like that's why I can deal with somebody, or even like let's say if I'm looking to hire somebody for selling cars, the Bill Minor Auto Group, or if we're looking to hire somebody, right? It's like I can deal with people who come from like more call center backgrounds a lot more. Excuse me. And the reason why is because they're used to closing. A lot of people tend to shy away from the closing. Like, and we can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta stress the importance of that. So I just love the fact that you started with them ABCs. So that, you know what I'm saying? I know we got the list, but I just don't want to let that shit slide, bro.
Because let's you'll see people do that in their lives, right? You know what I mean? Let's talk about what you may, there's that person that maybe who romantically excites you. And you got this time, you sitting there, you talking to them about everything else underneath the sun, except for them and you and what y'all should be doing going out later, or where you're going to be eating at, or anything else. You were so scared to mention to this person that you're interested in them fast forward to your business, you're sitting there talking with this person who's the perfect customer for you.
Man.
And you were so scared to tell them that you got the perfect business
and
for
your
them.
business meets their needs. You're solving their problem.
Listen,
but scared to code. So
scared.
we definitely gotta go.
You know what I mean?
But I definitely want to hit them with a couple methods for closing to maybe help them get over that fear.
Okay.
One thing, ask questions and listen. Like a lot of people, when it comes time to close, like or even when you hear closing, you sort of think of like a used car salesman, right? Haggling your ass when you tell them no, I don't want to buy, right? Like that's what pops up to a lot of people's mind when it's like we're closing and always be closing because they sort of hammer the ABC right into people's heads. But in reality, the reason why a lot of times they're not successful is because they don't take the simple time to ask the right questions first off and listen.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely got to listen. You definitely got to ask questions. It's like before we said, well, like, you know what I mean? It's building that relationship. So it's just like that date.
Facts.
So you want to ask those important questions. You want to ask those things to let your customer know that you're interested in them. You want to ask them those questions. What I was going to say is you want to think about as you're going through that closing experience, that it's you on the other side of the table, right? So how do I not become that pushy salesman, right? How would I want to be sold to? Right. And so as you go through that method like that, you're gonna
if this was the old mind your business, should have been some bombs right there, but we can go on. So we gotta bring back these goddamn bombs though. We gotta bring back the bombs, but go on, bro. I feel you.
But yeah, so if you sell to yourself on the other end of the table, you're gonna make sure that you're never pushing. You're gonna make sure that you're never doing anything that's not authentic. You're gonna make sure that you are closing as yourself. You're gonna make sure that you're closing in a way that person wants to continue to do business with you, right? Because you're gonna be genuine and honest.
Facts, big facts. My my oldest, he came to me talking about like having questions. How do I talk to a girl, right? I don't know, like how do I talk to a girl? You know what my response is?
What's that?
Like a fucking human being. Like you want somebody to talk to you. How about that, bro? How about that, bro? How about that, bro? But that goes to exactly what you said. Like, look at what works. Like, how would you like to be if you're the person out? Like, for instance, if you're a car salesman, when it comes time for you, how would you like to be treated when it comes time for you to buy a car?
Yep.
So I definitely, but so in the number one thing and the easiest way to figure out what they want or what they're looking for is to simply ask questions and fucking listen to the answer. Yeah. Like it seems like it's so simple, but that gets lost a lot because when people talk about closing, it's always trickery and fuckery involved and haggling when that's not closing. That's not effective closing. Not over here. Now you can get that consultation. You know what I mean? Go to levelupmedia.net now.
Yeah, if someone told you that closing is triggering somebody and getting them to sign some paperwork, what you about to get introduced to is a term called chargebacks. Right? And so if you do not want to get introduced to the term called chargebacks, you really need to go get you a consultation. levelupmedia.net. Fill out the contact form at the bottom. Matter of fact, when you're doing your try my card and you're filling out your order form, throw down there in the notes that you want to sign up for a consultation in there too. You know what I mean? Any way possible, send those smoke signals. We'll pick those up as well. You know, but Level Up Media, get the consultation so you don't get the chargebacks. Right? We want to sell. We want to sell effectively. We want to sell authentically, and we definitely want to always be closing, but we want to close with a customer who's going to come back to us every time, who's going to spread that word every time.
The customer retention is big for sales. That's a critical factor in sales. But and moving on, as far as to just being prepared for objections, right? Not even just necessarily being able to overcome objections, but understanding that objections are a part of the sales process. You will get objections. You got to keep it going. But a lot of the objections you get, you can actually already solve or even start just off asking the right questions and listening to the answer, right? So when you're asking them and you're having your pre-conversation before you even get to closing, if they seem like, hey, money is a big thing, right? Then they're probably going to lead with money as their lead objection. It's too expensive. I can't afford it right now. So that's another key reason why you need to actually fucking ask questions and listen, so you're prepared for the objection. So you already know when we get to this part, their money is their big thing, or time. They're going to say they don't have enough time for this or whatever. So you already know, like, not only is it anticipating the objections, but embracing it and understanding that that's part of the process. Don't run from it and let it end the conversation.
Yep.
But
no, definitely. I mean, I would say just leading into that when you ask those questions, just letting people know that you can sell on cost. You can sell, which is the price of your product, that it's cheaper than everybody out there, right? So as you talk to them, you may find out you can sell on that. You can sell on value. You can sell on that the quality of your product is better, will last longer than the competition. So they need to buy yours because it will last longer than that, right? You can sell on a need, and that being that there is a problem in the marketplace or a problem that this customer is running into that your product solves, right? Those are typically the key things that you're going to run into, that you can basically run in over and over and over again. But you're not going to know which way to sell this customer if you're not talking to them correctly, right?
Facts.
So to that person where money is an issue, you don't want to be selling them on how your product costs more than everybody else, but it lasts longer.
You got the most premium product.
Right? Like that's not the thing for that person.
Or they worried about time. They don't have enough time, but you're selling them on, hey, I got the cheapest product.
Yeah.
But it takes you a month and they only got a week.
Yeah. And so you want to make sure that you're asking those questions so that you know how to sell to your customer. And you also want to make sure when you're thinking about your product or service, how am I going to sell it? And those particular areas are some things that we want to focus on and make sure you have questions for when you're out there selling to your customers. And you can find out more tips like that when you come to Level Up Media for your consultation.
Definitely. levelupmedia.net. Definitely pull up. The next thing I would say is just push for a decision.
Yeah. Well, I think you were getting on the sales mindset and the determination part, and just like how you're going to keep running in. The door's going to get slammed on you a couple times, right? I remember you used to go do. So what y'all don't know is, like, every form of sales we talk about, we really have personally done out here. And so my brother really was out here when we talk about doing door to door. There was a time my man was out here door to door knocking, right? Salesman talking, right? You know what I mean? Getting to the dollars.
Territories on feet.
Listen, Chevroleting it. Getting to you know what I mean? But you had to do it.
Facts, though.
So what kind of mindset? Tell the people, what kind of mindset does that take? What is that sales mindset? How do you deal with that? Because they're going to be dealing with it.
So, I mean, fast forward. Give me a second. Let me switch gears from closing to the mindset, right?
My bad.
And then even like going back, like you're talking about going to that mode. Like it's ironic that you took me to that, because even now in our business, that's still the mindset I like to get into. As far as that, bro, I gotta eat today. Like, it's just that energy, that want, that tenacity, that I'm not taking no for an answer. I can't take no for an answer. Like, so I tend to, even still, no matter how you see me in public or whatever, even still, I tend to live there especially when it comes time to getting turned up and getting ready to go. Like, so I might not be the right person to ask and shit. I might start growling in this bitch, yeah.
But I remember calling you when you'd be out there and you'd be like, bro, you know what I mean? You know, we got X amount of sales, this, that, and the third. And I'd be like, oh, bro, you done? You're going to be heading right back? You're like, nah, bro, I'm gonna keep going. Like, I still got more doors to knock. Like, we're gonna keep this shit going till, You know what I mean? Till we get to the number.
Man, with big ass stacks of paper and shit is going funny.
Right.
Yeah, like, we that's how I was paying my bills when I was down in San Marcos. Yeah, definitely.
So that, I mean, what, like, so determination, doors getting slammed in your face, people saying no, like, I mean, is that going to be something that the people out there going to run into?
I mean, we already, of course, discussed objections, right, and overcoming objections. As far as that sales mindset, like, the thing is, everybody living and breathing has a different set of experiences, right? That's the beauty of humanity.
Okay.
But just in general, so I say that to say this. So I can't tell y'all to reminisce on a time walking miles for door-to-door sales because you was poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was what I was going through at that time. But I can say this though, like, just the energy, like, you got to have the mindset of not giving up, the mindset of I'm in here for the long haul. That not only is that and be prepared to see it through the end. Not only does that help you even muster up the confidence to begin the sale, but it also helps you continue that confidence through the objections in order to get a close. You got to come in mentally prepared. You got to come in really feeling and understanding. My bad. But you gotta really come in.
I think my brother just made a sale.
But you gotta fully come in. Like, I don't know what you gotta grab a hold to. The same thing I would encourage it to my hooping squad, who we only lost one game this last time. Yeah, I represent. Like, I would tell them the same thing. Like, I don't care where you grab it from, but just grab it. Like, just know that we not here to lose today.
I mean,
oh, bro, my bad.
I mean,
know certain shit I run.
Definitely. I mean, that's why I asked you to tell people. Like, I know that you went through that. Like, that is, like, there are certain points. When you talk to salesmen, like real salesmen, that's what they do. There are certain things that everybody goes through that's trial by fire, and that time that everyone talks about is that door-to-door salesman time. That cutting your teeth time, because it's not only physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's I'm gonna eat today. It's sink or swim. The sharks is out there, and you're gonna either get out there and get it or you're not. It's definitely not some place that most people stay, but it's a place that you got to get through. It's almost like for us in the military where we cross through basic training. It's not the same thing, but it's a similar thing. You got to get through this point to get to the other side, right? You got to, and it's going, the weak ain't going to make it to the other side. They're not going to finish this sales trip out there. So I think that's definitely something that you can speak on, everybody, because it's one that only the real have been through, and you know what I mean.
And of course, I wouldn't compare it to military.
Oh
service,
no,
right?
but I can say that.
Yeah, you can say that, but I want to make it clear I'm not comparing it to military service, right? But I would say this, like, when it comes to sales, that is your training, because a lot of techniques, like, you leave with. And I know that's something we're going to talk on later, so I don't want to get ahead of ourselves again, right? But it's just that, man, I'm telling you, it's that tenacity. Like, that's that mindset. Like, if I had one word, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't like that, but of course, persistence. Of course, perseverance. Yeah. But tenacity would actually be the number one word, though, for damn sure. For shit show. As they say nowadays, for shit show.
Definitely want to push that one. Definitely want to. And so I definitely want to say, while we're talking about the mindset, to also remember within that mindset, the sales is also a numbers game. So as we talked about before, you can't be scared to talk about your product. You can't be scared to sell your product, and you can't be scared to present yourself out there.
Facts.
Right.
What up, though?
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
We got you.
Peace. Look, I was listening
And I was like, I know that we discussed previously that we was going to have a success mind.
Oh yeah. We gonna have that's gonna be an
That's
episode.
a whole episode.
Yeah.
Featuring
So,
now.
but I was so inspired listening, right? Like I'm like, yeah, like I want to punch something. You understand what I'm saying? Like literally, that can't be stressed enough. Like sales, you're in the business of selling at all times. You're in the business of selling 24/7. You either you're selling or you're being sold something.
Yep.
Anything that you're watching, anything that you're participating in, like they're like, I'm not a salesperson, I don't have a sales kind of mindset, blah, blah, blah. Then that means that you're a buyer. That means you're a consumer by default. In your mind frame, in your mentality, you only become a seller when you want somebody to buy something from you. You understand? So most of the time you look at your activity, that activity is bred from your mind. So from your mind state, literally. Like, so what are you doing all day? Are you spending money or are you circulating money? There's a difference. So if your money, it leaves your pocket to circulate, are you there in that space? Do you understand what that is? Are you spending? You just out here frivolously spending. Not with no intention, not with any purpose. So something or someone had you in a mind frame to where you have to buy something. What is that?
Yeah.
And that's in sales. You see what I'm saying? So when you're in sales, you got a sales force, you're building a sales team, you're having a sales mindset, you out there on the hunt. You're out there on the hunt. You see what I'm saying? So like in my entrepreneurial ventures and network marketing and all kind of stuff, they build you up in a success mind frame. But every place else in your life, you're breathing, somebody's trying to sell you something. They don't explain it to you like that. They're not saying that this is the sales pitch. They're telling you that this is a sermon. You go into church, you're sitting down in church, you're getting a sales pitch.
Oh yeah.
You go to the mosque, you're getting a sales pitch. you go to the synagogue, you got the sales pitch. You're going to
YouTube,
work.
You turn on TV, you turn on your radio.
Right. Yeah. Anything that you're doing, somebody's in the business of selling you something. They're selling you something. What are they selling you?
I do want to say this, bro. As much as I 100% agree with you, we are going to have an episode on it. There is going to be an episode on that mindset. So I
mean, it's necessary. I don't want to stay on here too long. I just wanted to come and add that in and understand that importance of being in that space. So whatever your venture is, whatever you're passionate about, because you spoke about your why, like, this was why, like, oh, I got to eat today. You see what I'm saying? Like, they love Kobe now, but they didn't love Kobe when Kobe was alive. As team players, nobody. After they lost the first championship and they were asking him about it, he was blaming his team.
Yeah.
He was told in that same interview that a champion wants the ball when the game is on the line. So the Mamba mentality was built off of that kind of mind frame. Like people talking Mamba, but that's what it was built off of. He was fearless, but he didn't have all of the elements that were there yet. He had to build them up, and that took work, that took dedication, that took sacrifice. So all of these things are there. So you discipline your disappointments in that self. Like you looking for the no. You anticipating the no. You loving the no.
Yeah.
Because it's building you up. You say yeah. You say yes. All right. So then what you were saying about knowing your number. So how many no's do I have to get in order to get a yes?
Yeah.
So how many people did I have to talk to in a day? How many phone calls did I have to make? How much advertising did I have to do? All of that quantitative data is something that you track. It's like, okay, so 100 people came to my site. Who bought something? All right, that's not a number. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, 300 people came to my site. 10 people bought something. So now, it took me 300 eyes to get 10 sales. Are you tracking that data? Is it qualitative? Is that something that you're looking at to be able to say, okay, hey, at this consultation, I'm not just coming with, hey man, help me out, blah, blah, blah. I did my own research. I did my own due diligence so we can have a meaningful discussion on how to upskill. So I just wanted to add in real quick and get out your way and get back to the audience and listen and get my jewels on. You understand?
Listen.
Yeah.
I mean, how you gonna listen when the brother talks about you gotta discipline your disappointments, like that's those kind of gems that really are in there. But I mean, that's honestly the real, like when you're really out here selling and you grow up doing this, like I grew up when we talk about doing the cold calls and stuff, like what my chores every day was I had to make X amount of cold calls. I had to make 125 cold calls every day after school coming home. My mom ran an all hands on deck operation.
Explain a cold call. What's the difference between a cold call or a cold call versus a warm call, or
So
a cold lead versus a warm lead?
So a cold call is you are reaching out to customers who have no idea about your business or service. You're going to tell them about your business or service. You're going to try and turn this person who has no idea about you into somebody who's excited about your products and wants to buy it.
Facts. So the best example of that is you just looking through a goddamn phone book and just call her.
My mother.
That's cold.
Yeah, my mom was a storyteller, so she would print off a listing of all of the daycare centers in the city of Dallas. And so we would sit there every day after school, and I would have to call, you know what I mean, X amount of daycares every single day.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up, though. That's grind. And what's a warm call or what's a warm lead?
So warm lead is what I was, honestly, because I was, like 12, so my sales closing wasn't the best. But what you try to do is try to turn a cold lead into a warm lead. And so a warm lead is somebody who's heard about your service. They've heard that friend told them about you, or that they ran into your business card. They saw your My Card when your friend showed them to it. You know what I mean? They saw your website you got from Level Up Media. They've bounced across your business in one way or another. And so now you're going to come in, you're going to take that warm lead, that interest, you're going to pump them up, and you're going to move that into a closed sale, right? We're going to close that until not only receive the money, but also build that relationship, like my brother was talking about earlier.
That's fire. But that's exactly like damn near dictionary definition, bro. So going back to what you were saying, and that's one thing that I think that a lot of times when I hear people talking about like the difference between a cold lead and a warm lead, they miss that factor that you hit on the head, bro. The name of the game is to turn those cold leads into warm leads.
Yeah.
Just because it starts as a cold lead, damn near every lead starts as a cold lead, or you just haven't heard about it yet, right? So it's just not a lead yet. But the name of the game is turning those cold leads into warm leads, just through simple introduction.
Well, because we'll get disappointed if you try to turn every single conversation into a sale. That may not happen. Sometimes you may think a person who wasn't a sale, but really they're not a warm lead, and you'll get that call from them 6 months, 9 months, a year later, going, "Hey, actually, I remember we were talking about this at the time. I know I wasn't ready yet. Can we move forward?" So don't be discouraged by those times. But yeah, you know what I mean. We want to turn those colds into warms, and those warms into sales. So that's the pipeline. That's the flow.
Facts. I'm looking at the time. I'm trying to think like, so do we got time to go into sales pipeline, or do we just go down and just discuss the secrets before we get out of here?
Well, yeah, I mean, looking at the time, we definitely want to make sure that we're going to break the people off with something they can take and apply. So we can
everything. That's what y'all need to goddamn take and apply. Everything is what you need to take and apply. Nah, but I see like it not only in our previous meeting, but then also in the outline you laid out for us, right? I see you got like I definitely agree with your secret, so I'll let you bring it in. But one thing I did want to say, as far as the clear one secret I would start with would be have a clear call to action.
Okay.
Like that's something that gets lost a lot, and even of course, levelupmedia.net, you get that fire ass website, right? Of course, we do social media management as well, but I see a lot on people's websites. I say that for a reason. On people's websites and in their social media posting, and there's no call to action. So it's like you do a lot of time and you try to get some good sales copy or text to try to sell your site, right? Or excuse me, or sell whatever your product and service is. But there's no clear way to even damn buy and no text moving you to buy. So having a clear call to action is key. Like you can't forget that. Like that's something like a lot of stuff when it comes to sales that I say, I feel like it comes off as duh, but then you look around and you're like, no, it's not that duh because motherfuckers miss it. Again, excuse my language. I cuss when I speak, I guess.
I'm saying it because I'm seeing it. What I'm seeing is you motherfuckers is fucking up.
You motherfuckers be fucking up. So having a clear CTA or a clear call to action. Yeah, I'm not talking to y'all Chicago people that's talking about the Chicago Transit Authority. We're not talking about the bus or the train, nigga. I'm talking about a call to action, but for real though. But
So I'm actually going to deviate from the sales secrets on the forum as we got some time, you know what I mean, just a little bit. But I definitely, because I want to alley-oop. So right now, bro, you definitely hit with a very practical thing, which is on your website, on your business, your interaction, a clear call to action. So I'm gonna come back with something on the mindset piece. What I'm gonna say with that is focus on building relationships, and I think that's a real big sales secret. We talked earlier about focusing on sales. We talked about leads. We talked about all these different things, but really focus on building a relationship. And I think that's the mental sales secret. We said earlier about envision you're selling to yourself. Envision that how would I want to be interacted with? How would I want to be sold to? But also, just we want to make sure that mental piece is in line. You know what I mean? And that we are building that relationship and that interaction with that customer.
And honestly, that makes me sort of regret that we didn't have time to go in depth about a sales pipeline, right? Because even deeper than just knowing a dictionary and definition of what a sales pipeline is, it's the mindset, right? Or it's the understanding that sales is a process.
Yep.
And so you're not just with a sales pipeline, you're not just documenting this person, but you're documenting where they are along every step of the sales process. And so going to what he was saying, it's about building relationships. So that first, second, third, fifth conversation may not be a sale.
Yeah, it may just be still building that relationship.
Facts. Yeah. Building trust.
Because those relationships and those trust connections that you make are going to be those customers that come back again and again and again.
Because that'll be the most loyal customer or client that you got.
Because they bought into you. You've built that relationship.
Facts. So I definitely agree with that. As far as mentally, you definitely got to have that mindset. Not just like you had took it in. You had earlier you had used the analogy comparing it to like courting in a relationship, whether it be male or female. I would like to take that here too, as far as this. Are you just trying to get into bed with them? That's it, because you shoot your shot too early, and then now you just lost, and now you blocked on all social media.
or you shoot your shot, you get what you want, right? You get this one interaction with this person, but really what you really wanted was a long-term relationship.
And if that shot landed, then probably everybody else first shot landed too, because you're not special.
But my business is.
That's a life gem too. That's a life gem too.
But I do also want to say that at the same point to those people that Knowledge was talking about who say, I'm not a salesman, right? You definitely have no problem approaching that person, right? You definitely have no problem trying to reach out and talk about anything else. So you can sell yourself, you can sell your business, you can build relationships, you can build a relationship to build your business and sell your business. You just can't be scared.
Facts. Another thing I would say, as far as the secrets that I wanted to make sure we get on before we leave, which was something that you have put, which was don't forget the classics.
Okay, you're the king of the classics.
I'm an old school player. I believe in the old school. Like, no matter how much we invest in the new school, I still believe in old school. I call it the grounded pound.
Yeah. What y'all don't know is when my man is over here putting together a cold call script, he's wearing a Kango hat. You know what I mean?
With a toothpick.
Yeah. My man wearing hush puppies in this motherfucker. They gonna buy his fucking newsletter.
I got this radio commercial in every station. 1,000 markets.
Yeah.
Nah, but seriously though, you can't forget the classics. A lot of times people get so caught up in trying to modernize and reinvent the wheel when it's like basics work, bro. It's a reason why they're tried and true. It's a reason why they're still there.
Yeah, from cold calling to mailings. I have a friend of mine who currently buys property all over the United States, and he does it through literally putting mailers in the mail that come out. Those things that most people pick up and throw away. There are people who look at those, and my man is out here buying property all over the United States.
Email marketing works. You know what really alerted me to the fact that email marketing works?
What was that?
Because the shit was working on me. I get an email for an event, and next thing you know, me and my girl, we stepping in that bit. I get an email for this, and next thing you know, I'm there. Or I'm buying this, or I'm buying that. Email marketing works.
I gotta agree with you because I definitely been looking for an email you have sent me and been like, Reebok's got 15% off. I gotta swing over here. So yeah, there's a reason why.
But don't forget the classics. And of course, by that, we're not saying be stuck on the classics, right? Or be archaic with it, because even when we talking classics, like email, right? Well, what shit? That's
trade shows, right?
Oh,
yeah, we forget about those, but don't.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, don't forget about the trade shows. Don't forget about, you know what I mean, the Chamber of Commerce meetings. Don't forget about, we were making fun of the brothers with the bean pies, but don't forget about, you know what I mean, when they had the different events as well too, like all those old school, you know what I mean. I'm a child of the 90s. We were handing out tape cassettes with the card tucked on the inside. You know what I mean? We recorded in the bathroom. Like we were grinding out here. So like you can't be afraid to sell your business. You can't be afraid of those old school things, personal interactions. Right.
Now, of course, I wouldn't say to depend your business solely on them, right? But don't forget about them, because what do they call it? Low-hanging fruit. Like, you'd be surprised what you're missing out when those are potential sales that you just overthought and missed out on for shit show.
So we want to make sure we have a whole sales arsenal ready, from those old school things that we're talking about to the new school things. So from the TikTok to the email marketing, from the social media to the website, from the
I'm glad you mentioned that. Don't be scared of the new. Don't forget the old, but don't be scared of the new. Like when you had mentioned TikTok and what's the other?
I don't know. I'm old,
right? But you can't be scared of the new. Like, don't get caught up so much in the old, which we said, like, you do have to make sure, like, don't forget to email market, to do an email blast, right? But also don't let that email blast be it as far as your sales, your marketing.
Do you know who's blowing up right now on the streaming platforms?
Who is that?
Tubi. You know what Tubi does? The old school UPN movies. Don't be scared of the new. You can still do the old and the new. You know what I mean?
But what they're doing is they're taking the traditional content that we're used to watching, because I'm from Blockbuster era where we'd go get them hood movies on tapes and not rewind them, but watch them. You feel me? So it's like they're taking those movies that we normally watch and love, but they're introducing them in the new format, which is online streaming or through app streaming.
Yep.
So that's I'm glad you mentioned that example because that's the perfect damn example. They're not scared of them. They're not scared to use the old. They're not forgetting about the old, but they're also stepping into the new.
Yep.
Very similar to what we're doing with the business cards, with the digital business cards.
Exactly.
Something as archaic as business cards and passing out a little square of goddamn paper that you're having to pay and get printed out, save the trees, right? And now we got it digital to where you just either sending a quick text, showing the link, showing a QR code, and you go. So
definitely solving those old school problems in the new school ways. So
Facts.
definitely. Looking at the time, are we still moving? We ready to close them out, or?
I mean, it's on you. We really only got a couple more word of mouth. Yeah, which I don't want to leave word of mouth out because that's critical, right?
Well, I think word of mouth, and the last one that I really wanted to put on there was knowing your elevator pitch, which I think those two really link together. So that is knowing how to quickly and concisely sell your business. That's your elevator pitch, right? And definitely come to us for that consultation. We can really get deep down into this. But know your elevator pitch, know how I'm going to sell my business, know how I'm going to present it really quickly, really concise, right? 15 seconds, 30 seconds. And then don't be scared to then talk about it, right? You got to prophesize out there.
Right. And the thing is, I would say before we move on, as far as the elevator pitch is, the more you just go over it and learn it, you start to live it, you start to breathe it, like the back of your hand. Like it needs to be second nature. You need to be able to just wake up out your sleep and just go over it. And when you get there and then you're able to say it and it's ingrained and you can say it with conviction, you'll be surprised how much easier it'll be to handle the face-to-face closes because you're on your shit, everything about the company. Like there's nothing you can ask me or if I'm selling you on one of the Level Up Media products, there's not an objection you can have that I'm not ready for because I go over this. We live this. We breathe this. We go over this every day 1 million times. So as soon as you say it's too expensive, then we can start letting you know what our competitors are charging. Or when you're talking about time you need, then we can start letting you know, hey, a week and we'll have your site ready to go. So it's just definitely just understanding and just living, breathing, reciting, recycling, repeating again and again that goddamn elevator pitch is critical in so many ways, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, I think you nailed it. Yeah, that shit is fucking critical.
Fact.
Yeah.
Then what was the word of mouth? We all know that. Word of mouth. Do we need to go in? Like y'all know, like the importance of word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? So protect it, just like your reputation. Your personal reputation. That's how you should also protect your business reputation.
Well, yeah, and just don't be scared to spread your business. Don't be scared to talk about your business. Don't be scared to encourage people to talk about your business. Don't be afraid to discount for people who talk about your business.
Go the extra mile. Like the easiest way to make people spread the good word about you or to speak positively about your business or to refer people who they come in contact with is just doing good business. Go the extra mile, provide that service, show your ass,
Under promise.
Say that one more time.
So what you want to do is
wait. Say it exactly one more time. You said under promise
and over deliver.
Okay, I gotta write that down. Yeah. What'd you say?
Yeah, you definitely want to do that.
You need to. But.
So no, this that under promise and over deliver.
Facts.
Right.
So, and that's how you build up as far as to get the word of mouth and start getting people to share the good news about you. You got to actually create that good news. And then another way to do it, of course, is incentivizing it, offering a discount. If you share this or you bring a referral, you get 20% off. Or share this on your social media, you get 15% off. That's something easy to do or easy way, just simple incentives.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely want to, and then that goes also into building that relationships when you offer those incentives. So it's all connected together. And so definitely, so we want to make sure that you're maintaining a good relationship. We're going to maintain that we're making sure that we're talking good things. And when people are really, I like that you use the phrase good news. That when people are spreading your business, that it's really that good news that they got out there. You know what I mean? And that that your name in the streets is good. Right?
Facts. Was it anything else before we get on out of here, bro?
I mean, I think the only other thing to tell them is to go to levelupmedia.net, right? And then they need to go at the end of this right now as we close out. They need to close this video down and go to Try My Card.
TryMyCard.net.
Get you one today.
Digital business card, the business card of tomorrow, but it's available motherfucking today.
Yeah. Put your whole business on your phone. Put your whole connection on your phone. It's as easy as a text message. You can be selling.
Sell products
right now.
Take donations. Take payments. Share content.
Yeah.
Give all your contact info. What a quick QR code for free. One click add to content. I'm just saying it's amazing. That's all I'm saying. But at any rate, thank y'all for tuning in to this episode number 6.
Yeah, definitely want to thank Knowledge for popping in. Definitely for dropping some gems. Always welcome. Always welcome.
For sure.
Right, definitely support Knowledge's platform as well. Definitely support Knowledge's shows.
And shout Cubs, man.
Yeah, he's gonna be here next week.
For sure.
He'll be here next week.
He might have a +1 because the way I'm hearing CJ been going in, he may be here with him too next week, but we'll see.
him and Baby Max, you know what I mean?
Episode 7 just might be them.
It's gonna be the two of them with a sidekick and a cigarette. Like, you know what I mean? Let me tell you to diversify your bonds.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
For sure. But we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Of course, shout to Knowledge. Of course, go to levelupmedia.net, man.
Yeah, facts. As always, we'll be here next week, same time, same place.
For sure.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.